Yes, yasa tenase bi Nyankopon hyira na onyo kese. And your first time I page na ahana Asante Kotoko near the bro. Subscribe to the page and then some of the doors untino was see a bonnet tetel because and the voices are who do I be bonnet hanomono. And then seminar you do bro na doors untino was say you go straight to the point. Meeting at Steven Tonado Pia Asante Kotoko officially make a new appointment washing the Jumediase na a appointment beya ye baby di hon komo na bibia ye kama a lot of and seminar and Asante Kotoko head coach Eric Tinkler the Tinkler man ede atuja and ye baby breaking seminar down na bibia aye kama ewo honum tino yengura muni fan seminar emro mamini conscience and koma ene trend Eric Tinkler ekudie ewo South Africa one South Africa media house baako ekodi ya ene trendy na ensembe bree ena Eric Tinkler ekaye na menya adaje etie Eric Tinkler ne nkomo no na odi answer na no alright Nyankopon hyira na onyo kese asate na sibie midin at Steven Tonado apia semene dawson enti yango straight to the point nyesa emre ne bewie purely Asante Kotoko near the brontino subscription button of ansaboso na subscribe efa maye ewo ehonom now yenguran semene ye ba bedi Eric Tinkler hon komo sanso na Asante Kotoko make official appointment opanyin na hye ne dwumedi ase appointment beya ye ba bedi hon komo na bibia aye kama ewo ne semene dawson na mention semina se enfrefri enkoma Eric Tinkler ekodi ewo South Africa na enei I generate a lot of discussions, I generate a lot of controversies and some bebre and on South African media house no edi ya me menya daje 18 minutes interview menya daje ahwe ni nyina na okoka asembia ese amanfo ebimo twisty asem no je ese je nsem no esi bone ebi na eda screen so ensem na we utie the okan was say Asante Kotoko is facing financial challenges, infrastructure and indiscipline at the club. The management is aware of these issues. Enti ensema okan yenie na ebi mo so say wase Asante Kotoko eniska Asante Kotoko boboku eniska na interview na metie ye no he talked about Asante Kotoko low budget and wakasa about infrastructures so mantis ne bebia se waka se Asante Kotoko enisika ye de beto players wonka ne bebia dasa Asante Kotoko ni play sika de beto players na me pese yetie voice ni we no onze copyright into no audio no na me pese yetie we a na chese yababe breaking it down ne tie de wakan ye potia ebimo like misinterpreting say was Asante Kotoko boboku no eni sika bia o ankasa na odi yentie nwi
and you know, yes, this is a massive club in Ghana. It's a massive club on the African continent, but the club, you know, it's struggled over the past 5-6 years to really reclaim its rightful spot, playing in the Champions League or in the Confederations Cup, and obviously looking to win titles. And you know, I thought, well, this is an opportunity where I can possibly come and change the fortunes of the club. I like working on projects, you know, such as this, because ultimately it was a full clean out really at the club, looking to bring in new players, new faces. Stanley and I have been extremely busy over the past 3 weeks, scouting, looking for new players that we can look to bring in, and that hasn't been a very, very easy task. Our budget, truth be told, is nowhere near the budgets that majority of the clubs on the African continent that are competing in Champions League. We don't have that type of budget, so we got to be very, very smart in terms of our scouting and recruiting. And so far, I think we've been doing a pretty good job. But you know, still another 3 weeks before the league starts, and and only time will tell, so hopefully within the next 3 weeks we can set a proper foundation here, build a proper team to ensure that we can look to compete against the likes of Mediama and obviously Hearts of Oak. They're the other two popular teams here in Ghana, and Mediama won the league last season. Currently are our budget, truth be told, is nowhere near the budgets that majority of the clubs on the African continent that are competing in Champions League. We don't have that type of budget, so we got.
All right, enti yate tinkler enka osi ba osi Asante Kotoko for the past 4 to 5 years in Kotoko struggle. Tinkler buru 20 years kura Kotoko shasi yesi breno enye nasem intino no de buru 5 to 5 years there's 4 to 5 years there's 2020 from that time 10 years in the Aji League back upo inti end buru ba utie ne nsem no kana me kotuno say truth be told, our budget is nowhere near majority of the clubs competing in the Champions League. Our budget, or the truth be told, our budget, the budget of Asante Kotoko, is nowhere near the majority of clubs competing in Europe and in the Champions League. Wankasa Asante Kotoko niska se enei yemfa ne se okọ man bi ete se ebia Portugal na se Portugal Benfica Porto budget enru Real Madrid enche se Portugal na se Porto eni sika wodi beto players tie majority of clubs now omo compete to a Champions League ni ehimfo asem no woken oka Ali oka Mamelodi Sundowns oka Zamalek oka Esperance oka Wak of Morocco oka Wydad maka Wak mensa kan Wydad no anzo no oka Pyramid oka Yanga Simba. These are clubs omo compete the bia ewo Champions League and nokura ye budget no enuru omo, but oba ye domestic anasi ye domestic league ni mu dia ye hanom ne die ye wobi was ye timid to quality. So if we can't compete your friends alimu in terms of sikasem, which is normal because menya sure say club will be to say even me pese me bo odi yenko Italy, even Inter Milan can never compete with Real Madrid in terms of finances. But of course Italy Inter Milan and they are the best club in Italy only AC Milan, but in terms of Zikasemono they can't compete with Real Madrid, they can't compete with PSG and they can't compete with Chelsea. That doesn't mean that AC Milan for this comedy player and then no matter Goncalo Ramos 75 million pounds no, but almost catch Ombetimene Madrid that compete with Sikasemana Derby. That is what he the work can say, and they ultimated $300,000 the Koto player. Koto continent says he can be in Koto, but Kotoko bet me at Ebia your friend say 30,000, which is 3 billion a Koto player. And no de bet me a buy no money. That is the gospel truth. And and you say team nisi na Mediama betimini a year compete, Ali a compete. Mediama cannot sit anywhere and say no Mediama Ali 6 months budget kuracha and 1 year budget. Untimene compete. But a bunny you krumi hanuma. Mediama fa quality top players away you krumi hanumu. Omo fa. But he untimini wamon compete. And what the no one can say we club on ye pese edru sam pempen so no. Alimo but nukuru woman say ye budget and no budget and ye pentient min tosa players na omu yede omu toni bi enti wonka se Kotoko niska different ubenyi ubewo sika they are top players wo kurum but ye pie kwa mountain so a usika no ebia sanetie by ye to no mo nye o madwen so mbeto quality no na ye justify na. That is how me tiase. That is how me tiase. Na the tia ne say Dr. Kwame Benuako officially ene onsa Asante Kotoko appoint no Krobi Kumasi Asante Kotoko Bobuku no appoint Dr. Kwame Benuako as consultant my penny position on a man got to bomb as a special consultant to the board of directors. Intino yura Dr. Kwame Benuako anyway a special consultant to the board of directors awomo ewo Asante Kotoko Bobuku ntene mwana mu lego ni nyina mu hu no we city sports na omo video omo ye we Stanley ene Dr. Kwame Benuako ena otumu se omo korintino opanyino ahye dwumadi ase a odi ni dwuma ede ama Asante Kotoko Bobuku no na oye part of Asante Kotoko management during Dr. KK upon time no oye management member anyway adwuma club licensing board no Stanley na black na bag sign ko hono ena Dr. Kwame Benuako ne she blue no light blue no ntino no oye part of Dr. KK upon time management no na doc eka ho bi enei wa return to Asante Kotoko Bobuku ma enei ono nso ba bedi dwuma de amaye ntino a very good addition a very good addition because experience sometimes on say omo ma banyina yi new green kwa omo shede nim Ghana football no you need someone onim Ghana football no onim so doctor also or a part of club licensing board on your opinion chairman of a club licensing board entino enino no nim terreno I think then inclusion no ebeboa enti se bibi chire board na adwena ono ena chese ombekọ akọ consult no na wamomo wa chire chiro mo enoma e woso mo yede omo ye na I think say baby an SP anase baby ofiri ba ne experience and we train through Kotoko so na experience no e chere say obetimi abo na a good addition to Asante Kotoko Bobuku na no ene nsema ifro no moba yede bi mamo ene after the game no ne mehu Kotoko supporters do team no entiana sometimes we enjoy sports and credit to omo friendly game na cause look for supporters no ene you ene Tuesday amanfo eja wo munwuma ho on se bi mu crash reflector team se bi mu adwuma mu kura no mo jaya ba wo ebi mu adwuma mu no mo jaya ba just to watch Asante Kotoko pre-season friendly intino Kotoko ne de Stanley Tinkler ne Stanley Menzo kase team na ye tini dim huhu abonten no enye sa na wo be mu a etia omo ye 300,000% right. They are 300,000% right. The ten wa bonteno enye no ene ye ba wo ban club na uhu eje se bia wa won pese obeka no kore because club a ye drew at this stage ene Kotoko ye pre-season training kura je se ye ko han baabi ye ko sre baabi ni ye training paju ye ene se Kotoko ko bo astrotef ne pe astrotef a training wo so eje se ye ko sre baabi ansan ya kwa ye training there echeze because these are basic things club Asante Kotoko no eni kwase ye lucky. These are training facility, like even not facilities no crap is here training pitches bana nka be 3-4 nanka wada ko ja achiu we ye ko bo straight for just ye ko baby ni akosere ye ko Charlie enti and supporters no by in their numbers. Now after the game no ena Eric Tinkler edin sembia tudwa Eric Tinkler say pitch no said ye pitch na tie no say ye expect boy fe pa de free no a yenyi ani na pitch no e ma ne mo boy fe eno mantwi o ye tornado mantwi okay into ode ye mo yentie audio no
about discipline. It's not only off the field discipline, it's also on the field discipline, you know, and in fact for me on the field discipline is probably even just blame players, I don't think is right. You know, there's a lot of deeper things that leads to ill discipline. You know, so a lot of small issues that may exist in a club will end up being a big thing, if that makes sense. And very important that we make sure that how we the environment that we create is a professional environment. Because if we create a professional environment, it forces the players to behave professionally. Yeah, as I mentioned before, the standard of the pitch it might not mean a lot, but massive importance. How are you going to improve a footballer on a pitch like this? You're not going to improve him, because he's got to take 1 touch, 2 touch, 3 touches. Sometimes he's got to take 4 touches, loses the ball, he gets criticized. I can't teach them a lot when we're playing on poor pitches. And the disappointment that they have in their faces, you can see, you know, when they make their mistakes. And a lot of times I can't blame them because of the standard of the pitches. So that's something we're working hard at the Sante Kotoko to have a training pitch that is of a high standard, high quality. You create that, players will enjoy training a lot more. Players will enjoy football matches a lot more, and they'll feel less pressure when they're playing on those type of pitches.
Or say, your pitch in your papa. Now, pitch will be there, want me improve players with a pitches a walk room hanum. Your pitches here, you want me improve players. Now, better than I improve player with a pitches we. Player be one ma or make it because touch I was so make it 1 touch kurana it was there because of say pitch in intino or make it 3 touches intino. Sometimes no players a mistake I want me can be brave because of a pitch, you know. We know a club like Asante Kotoko I was a woman standard pitcher players ni ye training was so omoni beji omo ye player training was so standard pitch womoni beji 1938 afina Asante Kotoko ebe training ye bikura no kura ni ye and was emphasize on a professionalism or no wakasa waka about professionalism coach Stanley Menzo so kasa about a professionalism. This time around we are going to see a lot of changes, and I am beginning to see a lot of positives from Asante Kotoko. Like as I am having some sort of confidence in this management and the board, and say this time around, you know, if anything krana we are going to see a club running professionally. You're running as a professional club. Ni players behave as a professional players. Yes, for once we are going to see it. If for nothing krana and yes, we are going to see it, and I shall see a daddy. You can feel it. So what I say, it was going to me improve a players in such a pitches, no. Obey and or say or person on ko possessive football on the day na mebeka ya pointing on na mebeka ni pussy how and ball city and mebeka or say on ko possessive football yem pass but pitches are fun we say pass bi untime mo possessive football so yenti no. Oh, okay.
The pitches are not great. Conditions are very, very different to what you find in South Africa. The pitch, as you're well aware, the standard of the pitches are not great, which obviously makes it much harder for the players. We want to try and play a brand of football that is entertaining. We want to try and play a possession-based game, and on pitches like this, it becomes very, very difficult. You know, so but I've experienced that as myself. Having been in Africa in a number of countries, and this is the norm, you know. So what we can't do is use it as an excuse. It's our reality, and we have to adapt, you know. And the players today showed me a lot of fight and desire to win the game, and you got to find ways of winning that game, even if it becomes ugly, because ultimately that's what it's about, you know. The more games we can win 1-0, the more chance we stand at finishing higher up in the league. Plus the confidence and the morale of the team starts growing. And today I think wasn't such a great performance. but I've seen us moving in the right direction. A lot of new faces, which is what you would have seen, that have come in. And now those players obviously getting an understanding of our playing style and the way how we want to play this season. You know, high intensity game. That's the type of game that I want us to play. And we had moments of.
All right, enti Eric Tinkler no on say Embra Asante Kotoko unveiling na odi nkomono kaso no entertaining a football boy, entertaining a supporters, which is that possessive type of a football. No say pitches we dey untimi more sa ball no so enya papa obede no ugo brekuma odi ko pass player na control na be fa na ase ame ache akohye no ano no enti was wontimi nya dai mo sa game no, but that is the reality. Was on use pitches na as an excuse. Also on we experienced players what tutu kwai so on the Ghana na the first country outside South Africa wakoye adwuma but what tutu kwai edini teams akwakobubu games ahodo the tenza. That is the reality. Most of the countries abekono dia pitches nya dey enye papa entinya de obe use no dey e excuse on so on said die wokasa on said die bruni anase obi a wonim hey yakasi yepe bruni ko chana monte ase ozu on use no as a excuse owie ye na o say players ne de tie ne se oma omunye no wayi o ma free team ne mu o was players papa ya fune wo mu ne nyina no sebi was wayi o ma free team ne mu nti o ma ka nyina no papa omo munye papa ni nyina no coach nso wayi o ma free
conditions are very, very different to what you find in South Africa. The pitch, as you're well aware. I'm here to teach. I'm here to help the players improve their game and ultimately manage them. You know, I think the discipline, both on the field and off the field, obviously that was an issue when I arrived. You know, but I think we've dealt with that really, really well. We've got rid of the rotten element that existed in the club, and today you can see everyone is united. Everybody's fighting for the same cause, and it's a positive thing to see.
You've got experience here in the team.
All right, and you say utie ni nkomo na wodi ne the way I no must become professionalism now. I am telling you, the players na yija omo kwan no dodo na anye because of performance. And Emmanuel entry performance I know done do training grounds na bad. Players no do was it papa bonini woman in wasn't cat bonini no more year frame to bet me away. And was it a ye wo mu free no so one who say omubo game no who say omu ye united a coach no na account. Also one who say omu ye united omonia breso omu ye dey omu pop game no dia man Sante Kotoko onya akonya nkyere players ne de omunya ni those kind of things ni ade but the obetimi akanze nkateboni ni nyina sabi omo yi omo free team ni mu Eric the Tinkler Stanley Menzo and then some doors because me di a chira bobone voice na one we be 50 minutes kra na me da so ye dey eka na me for once me share denya adaje nhwe wo mo performance and I say once one game pen mako hwe no kra na team na fe na omo yes omo so ne so but pedie Martin wo mun komodi a wo mudi no if these people are not successful power Sante Kotoko I don't know when our Kotoko be successful be a early days here today and okay, my memo's an voice we. My memo a quick one. Wasn't a target a top 4, a top 2, and I know some man. Wasn't a target a top 2.
The target is to finish in the top 2. That's the target. I didn't come here to just earn a salary. I came here to win things. That's the most important thing. I came here to win things. I came here to achieve things. I've achieved things in my coaching career, and I want to continue achieving. I'm a very ambitious person, so yeah. You're going to see me like you saw me today. I think we have the material to compete for the league. That's important, you know. Rome wasn't built in a day. You know, reality is in football, especially you're dealing with human beings. You're not dealing with a product. You know, and those human beings
have personalities, have characters, have good days, bad days, and we have to deal with that.
Or say target no top 2. Either say Kotoko be the first and will be the second. Now the tiane say also one ma kromi aso obeje eye sala obeji sika keke no okuza aketua no na ye ne denti no aba cause obe so yem fancy phone ko lo nya